library's third floor smelled of paper decay and forgotten promises. At 10:47 p.m., alone among the towering shelves, Akira's phone flashlight illuminated pages that described something called the Crimson Archive, a collection of memories existing in spaces between official history. Events too inconvenient, too complicated, too painful to integrate into collective consciousness. The faded kanji suggested these weren't merely forgotten. They had been actively erased, pushed into a liminal space where the forgotten went to dissolve. The book had no proper title on its spine, just a call number that didn't match any cataloging system Akira Hayashi recognized. He'd found it misshelved in the library's third-floor history section. He might have dismissed it as conspiracy theory literature, except for the marginal note on page 47. The handwriting was modern, ballpoint pen, not aged ink. The note bothered him, not just because it was recent, but because it articulated something he'd been feeling for weeks. A blank spot in his own memory, smooth and inexplicable, like a missing tooth his tongue kept finding. 13 years ago, an elementary school field trip to a new junior high building. He remembered the bus ride, the gym with its spiderweb ceiling cracks that the teacher said were just settling. Then his mother picking him up early. Doctor's appointment, she'd said. His mind slid off whenever he tried to examine it. The library's closing announcement startled him. His history project could wait. This was more important, more dangerous, whispered a part of his mind he usually ignored. He photographed the page, then reshelved the book behind outdated telephone directories where no one would find it. Shibuya Station's fluorescent lights flickered irregularly at 11:47 p.m. The digital display blinked. The platform was nearly empty. A businesswoman in her 30s stood near the vending machines, checking her phone. When she noticed Akira, she smiled politely. He glanced at his phone. Her smile widened strangely. Before he could respond, she turned away, still smiling at nothing. At the far end of the platform, a woman in a red coat appeared. Akira hadn't heard her approach. Her long black hair, she faced away, standing in perfect silence. The air pressure changed. His ears popped. Akira's phone vibrated. Unknown number. The tunnel began to glow crimson. The train that emerged was wrong. Windows completely darkened, as if the interior had ceased to exist. No advertisements, no route maps. Just a spray-painted symbol on each car. A crimson eye, with 7 pupils arranged in a circle. Every instinct screamed danger. The messages warned him. His nervous system was in full alert. But the note from the book echoed, that blank spot in his memory. What if this train led to answers? What if the archive was real and this was the way in? He stared at the symbol. 7 pupils, 7 stations, 7 truths. The concrete beneath his feet began to shimmer. The platform was transforming, turning crystalline, spreading outward. The change crept up his shoes, beginning to encase his ankles in translucent mineral that felt cold and immovable. He had seconds to decide, with a sound like shattering ice, and threw himself through the train doors. Just as they closed, the train lurched forward. A girl sat in the center of the car. Though moments ago it had been empty,